In the heart of a forgotten corner of the city stood a quaint little bookshop. Its sign weathered by time, and its windows dusted with the memories of a bygone era. The words Alderwick's Antiquarian books were etched onto a cracked wooden plank above the entrance, hinting at the treasures that lay within. The bookshop had an air of nostalgia, a place where the scent of old paper mingled with the secrets hidden between the pages. On a gloomy autumn afternoon, as rain tapped rhythmically against the cobblestones, Lucy found herself drawn to the bookshop's mysterious allure. A lover of the written word, she was captivated by tales that transported her to worlds beyond her imagination. Pushing open the heavy wooden door, a gust of wind brushed against her cheeks, and the tinkling of a bell announced her arrival. The interior was dimly lit, the shelves laden with books that appeared as though they had been untouched for centuries. Dust motes danced in the feeble light, giving the place an ethereal quality. As Lucy meandered through the narrow aisles, her fingers traced the spines of forgotten volumes, each bearing the weight of stories that had long been forgotten. At the back of the shop, a quiet man stood behind the counter, his eyes hidden beneath a pair of old-fashioned spectacles. He greeted her with a nod, and his voice was like the whisper of aged parchment as he asked, "May I assist you, miss?" Lucy explained her love for antique books and asked if there were any hidden gems waiting to be discovered. The man's fingers danced across the keys of an ancient typewriter, and he retrieved a leather-bound book from a locked glass cabinet. The book was titled Whispers of the Past, and it was said to contain a collection of mysterious tales from the town's history. As Lucy leafed through the pages, she felt a pair of eyes on her. Glancing up, she noticed a woman standing in the shadows, her features obscured by a wide-brimmed hat. The woman's gaze was intense, her lips curved into a hint of a smile that sent shivers down Lucy's spine. The encounter was brief, but the memory of those piercing eyes lingered. Over the next few days, Lucy returned to the bookshop, each time drawn to the enigmatic woman who seemed to watch her from a distance. The shopkeeper, Mr. Alderwick, remained aloof, offering vague replies when asked about the woman's identity. Lucy's curiosity intensified, and she found herself delving deeper into the pages of Whispers of the Past, uncovering stories of disappearances and unexplained events that cast a shadow over the town's history. One evening, as rain poured outside, Lucy noticed the woman once again. This time, she dared to approach, her heart pounding as she crossed the threshold of shadows. The woman introduced herself as Eleanor, her voice soft and melodious, like the distant echo of a forgotten song. Eleanor claimed to be researching the town's history as well, drawn by the allure of the bookshop's secrets. As the two women conversed, Lucy couldn't shake the feeling that Eleanor held more secrets than she let on. Her eyes flickered with an uncanny understanding, her questions probing the depths of Lucy's curiosity. Eleanor seemed to know about the stories Lucy had unearthed, stories that even Mr. Alderwick had been hesitant to share. Days turned into weeks, and Lucy found herself entangled in a web of intrigue. Eleanor's charm was undeniable, but there was something about her that sent alarm bells ringing in Lucy's mind. She couldn't escape the feeling that Eleanor knew too much, that her presence was like a shadowy puppeteer pulling invisible strings. Late one night, as the bookshop's shelves cast eerie shadows, Lucy stumbled upon a hidden chamber beneath the floorboards. Inside, she discovered a collection of journals, each chronicling the town's darkest moments. The truth unfolded before her eyes. Eleanor wasn't merely a researcher. She was a keeper of secrets, a guardian of truths that were meant to remain buried. The next morning, Lucy confronted Eleanor, her voice trembling as she demanded answers. Eleanor's smile remained serene, her eyes locking onto Lucy's with an intensity that was almost hypnotic. She admitted to knowing the town's history intimately, to being a part of a lineage that had witnessed the events unfold. "You see, Lucy," Eleanor began, her voice taking on an eerie cadence, "some truths are best kept hidden. The past weaves a tapestry of secrets and lies, and those who unravel them often find themselves ensnared in a darkness they cannot escape. A sense of foreboding gripped Lucy, and she realized the gravity of her discoveries. Eleanor's connection to the past was more than mere curiosity. It was a sinister pact that had bound her family for generations. As Lucy tried to flee the bookshop, Eleanor's hand clasped around her wrist, her grip stronger than should have been possible. "You can't leave now, Lucy," Eleanor whispered, her eyes flickering with a mixture of sadness and longing. "You're a part of this tale now, and there's no turning back." The bookshop's atmosphere grew suffocating, the shadows seemingly alive with whispered secrets. Lucy's heart raced as she fought against Eleanor's grasp, her mind racing to find an escape from this living nightmare. In a moment of desperation, she reached for the book, Whispers of the Past, and flung it open, hoping to uncover a solution within its pages. As the words leaped off the pages, a gust of wind swept through the bookshop, extinguishing the dim lights and plunging the room into darkness. When the lights flickered back to life, Eleanor was gone, her presence vanishing like a ghostly apparition. Lucy was left standing amidst the books, her heart pounding, and the weight of the truth pressing heavily upon her. Weeks turned into months, and Lucy became consumed by her quest for answers. The bookshop remained unchanged, its shelves laden with dusty tomes that held the town's secrets within their pages. Lucy realized that the line between history and horror was a fragile one, and the truth had the power to both liberate and imprison. Whispers in the dusty pages is a chilling tale that will keep you on the edge of your seat, a story of unsettling encounters and the eerie atmosphere of a bookshop harboring dark secrets. Dive into the uncanny world of Lucy's journey as she uncovers the disturbing truths that lie hidden within the dusty pages. As the months wore on, Lucy's obsession with the bookshop's secrets grew deeper. She pored over the journals she had discovered, each entry revealing a layer of the town's history that had been carefully hidden from the world. The more she uncovered, the more she understood the extent of the darkness that had permeated the town's past. Haunted by the memory of Eleanor's chilling words and her unsettling presence, Lucy became determined to break free from the web of secrets that had ensnared her. She sought out the guidance of local historians and researchers, hoping to find allies who could help her unravel the mysteries that lay within Alderwick's Antiquarian books. The deeper Lucy delved, the clearer it became that the bookshop held a power that transcended its physical presence. It was as though the shelves themselves were woven from the threads of time, each book a vessel for the stories and secrets that had shaped the town's fate. And at the heart of it all was the enigmatic Mr. Alderwick, whose role in this tangled narrative remained shrouded in shadows. As Lucy connected the dots between the stories in the journals and the town's present, a chilling realization dawned upon her. The disappearances, the unexplained events, it all seemed to lead back to a hidden network of individuals who were willing to go to great lengths to ensure that certain truths remained buried. One stormy night, Lucy received an anonymous message, a scrap of paper slipped through her door. Its message was simple yet bone-chilling. The secrets must remain hidden. Leave the past in the past. Determined to confront the darkness head-on, Lucy decided to confront Mr. Alderwick. She returned to the bookshop, her heart pounding with a mix of trepidation and determination. The bell above the door tinkled as she entered, but the bookshop seemed strangely empty. Lucy called out, her voice echoing through the dimly lit aisles, but there was no response. As she reached the back of the shop, Lucy noticed a flickering light emanating from a door slightly ajar. She pushed it open cautiously, revealing a hidden room illuminated by a single candle. There, seated behind a dusty desk, was Mr. Alderwick. His eyes were tired, his face etched with lines that spoke of a lifetime of secrets. "Lucy," he sighed, his voice heavy with resignation. "I had hoped you wouldn't delve too deep. Some truths are better left untouched." Lucy's gaze hardened as she confronted the man who had lured her into this labyrinth of enigmas. She demanded to know the truth, to understand the role he and his family had played in the town's history. With a heavy sigh, Mr. Alderwick began to unravel the tale, a tale of generations bound to a duty that had grown from necessity into compulsion. He spoke of a society that had formed to protect the town from the horrors that had once threatened to consume it. A society that had made unimaginable sacrifices to ensure the survival of their home. You see, Lucy. Mr. Alderwick's voice trembled. Sometimes the line between right and wrong blurs when survival is at stake. We've done terrible things that haunt our nights. But the truth is, the town lives on because of those sacrifices. Lucy's mind whirled as she tried to comprehend the magnitude of Mr. Alderwick's confession. The weight of history pressed heavily upon her shoulders, and she realized that the answers she had sought were far more complex than she could have ever imagined. The boundary between heroes and villains had been erased, leaving behind a tapestry of gray. As dawn broke, painting the sky with soft hues of pink and orange, Lucy stood outside the bookshop. The rain had finally ceased, leaving the cobblestones glistening like jewels. She realized that she had to make a choice between exposing the town's history and preserving the fragile balance that had been maintained for generations. The tags of her thoughts fluttered in the breeze as she contemplated the path ahead. The bookshop stood before her, a silent witness to the choices that had been made and the secrets that had been kept. In the end, Lucy knew that the truth was a double-edged sword, one that could free the town from the shackles of the past, or plunge it into a darkness that could never be escaped. And so, whispers in the dusty pages continued, an unfinished story of unsettling encounters, and the eerie atmosphere of a bookshop harboring dark secrets. Lucy's journey was far from over, and the truth remained a prize that glittered with both promise and peril. As the pages of the past turned, the tale whispered of choices yet to be made, and the haunting echoes of history lingered in the air.